Morphe was one of the most successful beauty brands to really come out of the influencer industry, but over the last few years, it's faced challenges to the point where the company had to end up closing all of its brick and mortar stores in the United States, right around the new year. This photo really shows how the store went from being the hot spot for makeup to becoming a ghost town in just a matter of a few years. And fast forward to 2023, Morphe's parent company, Forma Brands, has considered filing for bankruptcy, you guys. This is all coming shortly after they just closed down all of their retail stores a few weeks ago. Not to mention the timing of it, which was during the holiday season, where longtime employees were being told that they were being laid off in just days of notice.
Yeah, it gets worse actually, because all of the stores that Morphe has open are closing effective today. And I told them today that their last day is today. This is extremely heartbreaking because hundreds of people are now jobless effective today.
In December of last year, several Morphe employees took to TikTok to criticize the brand and its parent company for being super shady and just silently closing their stores without notice to their employees or within a few days of notice. Staff even recorded Morphe stores during their last few days before Morphe themselves announced that they would be closing their stores in the US. Shortly afterwards, the hashtag Justice for Morphe employees started trending all over TikTok, gaining millions of views on the app. And in January of 2023, Morphe officially announced on their Twitter regarding the closure of all its stores within the US to be effective immediately. We have made the difficult decision to close all Morphe stores in the US. We are forever grateful to our store teams for their passion, talent, and dedication over the years. Customers can continue to shop Morphe online and at select retailers. Morphe stores outside the US will remain open. So many people wanted Jaclyn Hill's take on this since she was a huge advocate of Morphe over the last couple of years, and since Jeffree Star and James Charles had gotten dropped a while back, she was really just the last one standing as the face of the brand to the public. So people really wanted her take, and this was her response to Morphe closing. Someone asked Jaclyn, thoughts on Morphe closing US stores? To which Jaclyn responded, breaks my heart. I have faith that the brand will still do well online and in Ulta, but it's really sad to see. I used to go to the grand openings with the founder and we would cry because it was so surreal. Now, some people weren't really here for her response though, saying that it seemed like she was just brushing off the fact that Morphe was just screwing over all their employees, and a lot of people just felt like she had no empathy for still seeing hope in the brand, especially after what many Morphe employees had to say about the situations they were going through after being laid off, and also especially after all the lawsuits Morphe has been going through over the last few years. It's important to note that Morphe was being sued for a couple different reasons over the last few years. One, due to being unpaid rent in their retail stores, the second being a class action lawsuit over the safety of their pigments, and most recently by Playa, a brand that Morphe had acquired to help grow the brand, but the brand alleges that Morphe failed to adequately support their brand after acquiring it in 2020. But back in October of 2022, rumors were floating around that Forma Brands, the parent company of Morphe, was considering filing for bankruptcy among other options to recoup the financial status of their business. On January 12th, Forma Brands filed for bankruptcy, leaving so many people wondering what the future holds for the beauty brands that are in its portfolio. The news broke as the company filed for voluntary Chapter 11 in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware, affecting Morphe, Morphe 2, Jaclyn Cosmetics, Bad Habit Lipstick Queen, and Playa. The company has also severed ties with Ariana Grande's Rem Beauty as its vendor. Morphe tweeted, "Our parent company, Forma Brands, has agreed to be acquired by a group of its investors in a court-supervised sale. This doesn't impact the Morphe products that you love, and we will continue to launch new products." So yeah, As reported by Business of Fashion, the decision to file comes after the company came in around $80 million short of their projected $420 million plus goal for their revenue for 2021. And with this bankruptcy announcement, it's unclear as of right now what exactly would happen to the company's brands that are involved in their portfolio. But according to an article written by Allure, following the closure of Morphe stores, but before this bankruptcy filing, Allure reached out to Forma to ask what this meant for the future of the other brands in the portfolio, like Bad Habit, launched in 2020 with YouTube sensation Emma Chamberlain as creative director, Jaclyn Cosmetics from YouTuber Jaclyn Hill, and Playa Beauty, founded by former fashion stylist Shelby Wild. And the company declined to comment. Representatives for Bad Habit, Jaclyn Cosmetics, and Playa all referred us back to Forma. Rem Beauty has not yet responded to a request for comment. Interesting. A lot of people have been having things to say about Morphe and just their overall brand, especially how they've been playing out over the last couple of years, with many people just alluding to the idea that they just kind of became overhyped because they were working so fast in a super fast-paced manner to the point where a lot of people just think they became oversaturated. Some people had things to say like, makes sense. I can't remember the last time Morphe outsold something remotely interesting. Morphe just doesn't have quality products, in my opinion. The products aren't interesting. No one wants a huge palette anymore. Someone else adding, Morphe was purely an influencer brand to me. They had no identity, no personality, just the names they paid to have on their boxes. Now, Simon Cowell, who's the president of Forma Brands, said in a statement, over the last year, Forma Brands has been implementing initiatives to stabilize our business and reposition our organization for long-term growth. This agreement is a testament to the strength of our brands most meaningful to our consumers, including Morphe and Morphe 2. We will have additional financial resources available to invest in our multi-category portfolio, product launches, and innovative brand and marketing strategy as we advance our vision to inspire creativity, promote inclusivity, and connect with consumers around the world through beauty. We appreciate the continued support of our financial partners and believe this is the best path forward for Forma Brands as we position the business for the long term. We are excited to reinforce our focus on the opportunities we see ahead for our brands and continue bringing our thoughtfully selected beauty products to consumers through our individual online brand platforms, retail partners, and Morphe stores outside the United States. We thank our stakeholders for their continued support, including our global creators, influencers, affiliate and retail partners, and our vendors and suppliers, all of whom play a key role in helping us curate the next generation of beauty brands and products. I also extend my deepest appreciation to our team members for the commitment to Forma Brands and for always going the extra mile to deliver thoughtfully selected products to our consumers. Now, I think it's safe to say that for some people, the bankruptcy news isn't exactly unexpected. Forma is among the many brands that post-pandemic faced significant challenges and of course seen a huge string of controversies with influencers like James Charles, Jeffree Star, etc. It's also very apparent that they've definitely been seeing supply chain issues over the last couple of months to year. But several among influencers, including Jaclyn Hill, James Charles, and Jeffree Star, who were huge promoters of Morphe throughout the company's longevity, are now apparently owed millions of dollars, you guys. According to court documents, Jeffree Star apparently being owed around $1.4 million, James Charles being owed around $2 million, as well as Jaclyn Hill being owed around $2 million as well. People are questioning why they're being owed this much money and coming up with ideas like, were they investors of Morphe or are owed X amount of money since the brand is now kind of collapsing, or coming up with theories that Morphe just didn't pay them enough and they had ongoing debt towards their influencers that they owe. There's a lot of people coming up with different theories as to why these influencers could be owed millions of dollars, but I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this, the bankruptcy, and also what many others are having to say. Definitely let me know your thoughts on this whole situation in the comments down below. Again, this is insane, so I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.